What's good, YouTube? This is Very Melon Man, and welcome back to my Let's Play of the Outer Worlds board route. Now, we just came from meeting Sophia Akande, and she wants us to do some errands for her before she can trust us to actually join the board. Basically, we need to do some stuff first. Like the demolished woman. Someone who outlived their usefulness. And Wilhelm here, he knows a thing or two about taking care of people who have outlived their usefulness. He loves killing people. And steak, but he doesn't want you to know that. Although I don't get why he doesn't want you to know that he likes steak. Most people who enjoy eating meat would enjoy eating steak. And now we're going to enter Byzantium. If you remember from our first Let's Play, Byzantium took us until basically the end of the game in order to actually get to, because it was where everyone important on the villain side was living. So it's pretty cool we get to go to an endgame area first if we actually start working for the antagonist. Really love that type of thing in these types of games. So, hats off to you, Obsidian.
What do you think you're doing?
I lost money in order to get with the money I stole. That's kind of messed up. Alright, that's how you get. It's kind of sucks. Alright then. So.
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history. After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets, revenue streams, and
all right, how does this sound?
we are publishing
Alright, Bureau of Exploration. Look at these B-movie posters, they're so great. Yeah, I really like the fact that you feel like you're playing a B horror movie.
Welcome to the Byzantium office of, Bureau of Exploration. Never mind who I am. Hi there. Well, hey there. What can I do for you?
You're the other contractor Sophia mentioned.
Damn, fine, you got me. I ain't a receptionist. Truth be told, I'm glad you know. Lying to a stranger weighs heavily on my spirit. I was hired to cross off Miss Lockwood. Thought I'd pose as her receptionist. Brilliant, right? Thing is, she ain't shown up in ages. So here we are.
Well, this is great. I was hired to kill her too.
Ha! Hope you don't mind a bit of competition. May the best receptionist win.
Oh, this is pretty cool. You don't think she'd recognize that you aren't her normal receptionist?
I'll just tell her I'm the replacement. If she calls me on it, I'll kill her. If she buys it, I'll kill her. Win-win.
You know what? That's pretty interesting. So, what now?
I'm gonna wait for her to return. Tell you what, you find out where she is, you let me know. Yeah? As a professional courtesy. Then we can both have at it. And whoever kills her better gets the contract. What do you say?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I'm excited about this.
Healthy competition between mercenaries. No problem. Let's see. Like I wouldn't steal this when no one's looking. Seriously? Alright, so you have to be in here. Huh. Well, unfortunately for you, my friend, it looks like you'll have to die. Because I think you have the key. I did like you, it's just that you kind of got in the way of my mark. So as far as I'm concerned, you cheated a little bit. Terminal messages. Okay. Now I'll go off to kill Rachel. Also, I'm just kind of amazed at how much experience we constantly get from doing all these things. It's ridiculous. Then again, we're deliberately going through this game at a really quick pace compared to how we did in our first Let's Play. I mean, yeah, I need a little bit of help to know where I'm going. Obviously, if you saw the last episode, you know that I was pretty much stuck because it didn't have enough lockpick skill, but we're doing good for ourselves so far. All things considered, if this wasn't a Let's Play, I'd obviously be able to go to the game much faster. Or rather, I'd be able to go to the game at my own pace without having to worry about how ridiculous I looked. But I will admit when I look ridiculous.
Rizzo, so, how many times have you seen terror on Monarch?
I'm on my legally allotted break. Really, I'm supposed to be here.
You're hiding in the maintenance tunnels, huh? Well, I hope you enjoyed the sights. Ooh, sorry. Let's see, repair. Yeah, you know what? Let's say I repair that. 8 weapon parts. And that's fine, though.
Get away from me! Were you following me? Back off, all right? I've got a slide rule and I'm not afraid to use it.
Rachel Lockwood, Adjutant Akande sent me.
I didn't know what I was doing, all right? I didn't even do anything. All I did was look at a few maps.
The Adjutant wants you gone.
Get away from me!
Tarkographer trophy. Oh. Sorry about that. I was just too curious. I was just way too curious. I forgot that you have to complete certain quests in order to get certain achievements in this game. I forgot about that. So, by design, the game encourages you to play for two different, to play the two routes to get the Platinum Trophy. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, according to the author,
I'm afraid I can't come down anymore.
all right, so back to Sophia. Wilhelm doesn't really care to ask questions about things like that. Like, didn't you study what life was like under the board? You should have known better than to take documents that you knew you weren't supposed to touch. Mirror, because you look like... Ring up Sophia.
Apologies for the wait. I was arranging my stationery. Wonderful. I'll file
Got the papers for you.
Work on your behalf. Meanwhile, Adjutant Akande would like a word with you.
Thank you.
So it's done. Lockwood is dead.
Your assassin got in my way.
Bradshaw was barely competent. Hiring him was my mistake. You followed my instructions to the letter. It's rare to find a freelancer with the discipline of a soldier. You've demonstrated your talents. If you're ready to talk about Phineas Wells, I'm prepared to listen.
You want him, you can have him. He's living out in the lab out in the rings.
That complicates things. The rings are massive and almost impossible to scour. Wells had to be in touch with you somehow. Find his communication terminal and send us a tracing signal. Once I verify his location, I'll arrange for your payment.
I'll take care of it.
Good. I look forward to it. Percival will file the appropriate paperwork on your behalf. Once you sent a tracking signal from Wells's lab, we'll move on to the next step.
As instructed, the code for our secure communication channel. On behalf of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, I bid you good day.
What's this about paperwork?
Oh, just a receipt for your services and my receipt for your receipt, and also a standard declaration of intent to perform espionage. Very routine. I'll see to it personally.
You're a doll, Percy.
I'm flattered beyond description.
I might as well be nice to people responsible for giving me money. Look at that experience. We were so close to a double level up. It's disgusting. So anyway.
Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
This is about as not personal, Doc, as you're about to get. I really like how the board route requires you to backstab the dude who saved your life. I'm going to be so ungrateful. Alright, we have 3 levels stocked up, so we might as well take care of that while we're here.
Doctor, you have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Your signal made it through. We've pinpointed Dr. Wells's orbital lab. Excellent work. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony.
Alright, I got some questions. I lost all negative reputation from the board. Sweet.
Transmissions are so impersonal. I'd like to meet you face to face.
Adjutant Akande
Okay.
has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering she didn't sign off. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Now let's bounce.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Oh, man. So, Wells, it's not that I'm not grateful. It's just that the board swayed me with their perks way, way better than you ever could. This elevator is really difficult for me to remember the location for. Fuck. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck. Fuck. Hey.
I'm curious. Wells may have been a delusional madman, but he risked his life to save yours. So why turn him in?
Because I want you to trust me.
You went through all this trouble just to earn my trust? I wish I had soldiers half as loyal as you. You've done well. You're efficient, talented, loyal. And if you're ready to get to work, we can finally start doing some good in this colony.
Oh, boy. I'm always ready to serve the board.
I'm glad to hear that, because the board's sending you to Monarch. There has been a surge in off-world broadcasting coming from Monarch. Much of it is propaganda. All of it is illegal. We need those broadcasts shut down.
That's all we need to do.
All of Monarch's interplanetary broadcasts are routed through Devil's Peak Station. I want you to claim Devil's Peak Station for the board, by force if need be. Monarch is a den of anarchy and barbarism. Keep your wits about you, and remember that you're doing the law's work.
So who's behind these broadcasts?
Monarch is a hotbed of anarchists operating under the misguided notion that the colony doesn't need the guiding hand of the board. It may not be a single individual behind these broadcasts, but any number of factions.
I could use a league considering how huge the planet is, obviously.
I have an agent working in Stellar Bay. Everett Gill. Have a word with him as soon as you arrive. The passphrase is, the kind of pine grows at night.
Isn't that the name of a romance serial?
Yes. So what? Look, that's not important. Get to Stellar Bay and find Everett Gill. Speak to Percival before you go. You'll arrange for your nav key and your reward for turning in Wells.
Adjutant Akande has instructed me to reward you for information leading to the arrest of Phineas Wells. Please allow me to extend my felicitations on a job well done.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Quite so, sir. I've authorized your ship with an official board-certified nav key. Do exercise caution while visiting Monarch. As an acting agent of the board, you are entitled to purchase a selection of official board-certified equipment at a discount. Do let me know if you wish to take advantage of this special offer.
I want to buy some equipment.
I am at your service.
I wanted to get corrosion, but right now we're going to stick with shock. All right. Cannot well encumbered. Okay. Alright, A1. So, what do we need to do? You know, I can't even tell how encumbered I actually am. That's like the biggest problem I have with this whole thing. Okay, that's the elevator I wanted. Alright. Sorry about this, everyone. It's just a very slow crawl out of here. At this point, really should be more focused on just trying to figure out what exactly I'm going to be doing build-wise. fair. Like, I feel like I should be playing a more ruthless, take no BS type of character, but I'm always so afraid of what that would actually do. Locations, okay. You're never getting used, you're never getting used.
Please keep the kitchen area clean and sanitary. Engine temperature is in the normal range.
Damn it. Dang. Where do I... Where do I respec?
Want to be a brand new you?
Okay. There we go. Found it. No heavy weapon sway. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Because we have the DLC installed, our skills can go to 150 points. And while that would be certainly useful, we don't want 150 yet. Oh, increase carrying capacity. Yes, absolutely. Oh, that's right. We have some new perks in here too in general. Again, from the DLC. That could be interesting, since how many flaws you can have depends on how high a difficulty you're playing on. So since we're playing on normal, we can have up to 3 flaws. Make ourselves when tank here 5 base R rating. Now that feels like we're really talky type of skill. We're really tanky types of skills. Sprint. Walk wire. Oh! How can I forget that one? There we go. That's a lot better. There we go.
Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died. The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark. Please avoid damaging yourself or others while you're out.
Hey. Rizzo's knocking out.
Alright then. Some armor, some real armor at this point.
Welcome.
Armor. Armor 15. Oh, well, might as well buy this one then. Yeah, that's a Space Marine for you. Or rather, that's a Lone Wolf for you. Block minus to stealth skills. Nothing low leveling can't fix. Alright, let's go to Monarch. See what they're up to. We can go straight to Stellar Bay instead of flying Cascadia.
Captain, an unusual wavelength is coming through Monarch's aether wave frequencies.
The eternal is in us all. The OSI would have you believe that your place in society, indeed in the universe, is preordained. A man who works in the mines of Hephaestus, coating his lungs in mercury dust for naught but a few bits a night. This fate is set in stone? When he dies young, coughing up black blood, his part in the grand plan? No, I say. Greatness is in everyone. Not just those so fortunate as to have been born into prosperity.
That was unexpected and odd.
Sounds like a bunch of nonsense.
I am inclined to agree with your assessment, by which I mean I have been systemically programmed to do so. I've also received a message from Dr. Wells regarding our having acquired a nav key to Monarch. Considering our contractual alliance with Adjutant Akande, are you sure you want to speak with the outlaw scientist?
No, I have work to do. No.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in.
Yeah, no problem.
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay.
You are new here, right?
You seem surprised.
You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
Takes one a few gunships to scare me.
More folk can say that. Gets awful quiet guarding a landing pad that never gets used. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
Captain Wilhelm.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar...
I'm here to see Sanjar, and I'm pretty sure he'll like me just as much as you do,
got a lot of
Grim.
empty entries to fill.
You're not what I expected to find on Monarch.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Are you saying the board's been lying about this place?
Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
I'll go have a look around.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor? I got
sure, what's up?
Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Sounds pretty valuable.
Really
Sounds like it.
I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now.
Sure, I'll sort your poster.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Yeah, it is. It's all right. Yeah, right. Yeah, you suck. You don't suck.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia,
You must be Sanjar.
I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit.
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
Ooh, that's very generous of you.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
The adjutant.
The adjutant herself? Why, I knew the board would see reason eventually, but this...
Don't worry, they did. That's what I'm here for.
Sir, you've prepared for this.
Since I really...
Right. Now, see here. You may tell your corporate masters that we will deign to rejoin them on the board, but only once certain conditions are met.
You've got sons for a guy in the most ignored summon in Halcyon, huh?
Why, we've got the numbers on our side. What more could we need? Though I take it from your appealingly gruff demeanor and blunt charm that you're not actually here to welcome us back to the board. Or purchase sal tuna.
Sure I am.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations
Sarah's a cool
back
character.
to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
Why'd you want to bring him back?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
Are you tired of scrounging, scraping by? Is that it?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
See, Wells? This is why I joined the board. You make a really good point.
Indeed. Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Yeah. I should point out that I happen to work with the adjutant.
Well, you don't have to rub it in.
I think he means to warn you about working against the board.
What a notion. We want to rejoin the board, to our betterment and theirs. And my plan involves a two-pronged approach, the first part of which is seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Fine, but how do you mean to do that?
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Where do I find one?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Why are you saying it that way?
Saying what? Which way?
Arms. You're saying arms instead of arms.
That's just what it's called. It's supposed to stand for something, but I forget what.
I'm sure I'll know it when I find
While
it.
you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Sure, bye. And we'll take care of all that in the next episode, everyone. Until then, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed this episode of the Let's Play, and I'll see you guys next time.